We have create working. In this final episode, we add editing and deleting, extract the shared form fields into a reusable component, and wire up the pagination. By the end, you will have a fully working product manager. Editing needs two pieces of state. We need to know which product is being edited, so we can pre-fill the form, and we need the edit form itself. Open the file at products/index.tsx, and let's add the state for managing this scenario. Use state with angle brackets. Use state product null. Null is a TypeScript type parameter. It tells TypeScript that this state can hold either a product object or null. Null means nothing is being edited. A product object means the edit dialog is open for that product. Edit form is a separate use form instance from create form. They have the same initial shape, but they are completely independent. Pre-filling edit form does not affect create form, and errors in one do not appear in the other. Add the openEdit function that runs when a user clicks the edit button on a row. setEditing stores the product, so we know which one is being edited. Edit form, setData, pre-fills the form with the product's current values. Notice string, product.price, and string, product.stock. The form inputs expect strings. That is just how HTML inputs work. But product.price and product.stock are numbers, as defined in our TypeScript interface. We convert them to strings here, so the input elements display them correctly. Product.description, the nullish coalescing operator. If description is null, use an empty string. The text area expects a string, not null. Now the submitEdit function. EditForm.patch sends a patch request to /products/ the product ID. Patch is the HTTP verb for updating an existing record. It matches our route. Patch and routes /web.php. If not editing return, this is a null guard. Even though the dialog is only open when editing holds a product, Inertia's page reload process can briefly re-render the component in a transitional state. Without this guard, we would get a runtime crash. Cannot read properties of null reading ID. Always use a proper null check instead of TypeScript's exclamation mark non-null assertion. The exclamation mark only silences the TypeScript compiler. It does not prevent a crash at runtime. On success, sets editing back to null, which closes the dialog. The toast confirms the update. Add the edit dialog below the create dialog, following the exact same structure. Open equals editing. The double exclamation mark converts editing to a boolean. Null becomes false. A product object becomes true. When editing holds a product, the dialog opens. Also add the edit button to each table row. Import the pencil icon from Lucid React and add it to the actions column. add a table data, and inside it we are going to pass the edit button. Remember and make sure to import the pencil icon from CRUD React library. Now just format the code well, so it can be easier for you to read it. Now refresh the page and click the pencil icon to see if it opens the editing modal. Rerun the npm run dev command to compile the assets. Now go back to the browser and refresh the page. Now click the pencil icon and you should see the editing modal. It does not have any field yet. We will add fields soon. The create and edit dialogues have identical form fields. That is duplication. If we ever need to add a new field, we would have to add it in two places. Let's extract the fields into a shared component. Start with the empty form object that will initialize the form with empty fields. Then, let's define the object that will contain all our reusable form fields. Return type, typeof useForm, is TypeScript inferring the exact type of the form object by looking at what useForm returns when called with empty form. It looks complex, but it means we do not have to manually describe the form type. TypeScript figures it out. Inside we pass our fields that edit and create form will reuse. We have added only the name and description fields. Now call the product form fields object here on edit dialog to see if we will have the same fields. This is how you should call it. The object and a form attribute that you should specify which form you need, the edit form or create form. See now the edit form has the name field and description text area, and, a matter of fact, you can see the name being populated with the name of the product being edited. Now add the remaining fields on the extracted fields object here. These are all fields we need: the name, description, price, stock, and if it is active or not. Back on browser refresh, and you should see all fields appears on the edit modal. Now we need to remove the manual fields on the create form modal, so we can use the reusable fields. Now call the object, but remember to use the create form instead of edit form on the form attribute. This is the dry principle. Don't repeat yourself. One component, used in two places. Add a field once. It appears in both dialogues. Now you can try to add a new product or edit, and both the two forms will work as expected, but we have removed the repeated fields. Perfect. The add or create form is working. Hooray! The edit form is working too. Now, add the delete handler and the delete button in the actions column. Let me create the handler function first. Confirm is a browser built-in function that shows a small dialog with OK and cancel buttons. It blocks until the user responds and returns true for OK or false for cancel. If the user clicks cancel, we return early and nothing happens. Import the router from Inertia so you can be able to call delete route. We need a trash or delete button on each product row, so add it after the edit button. Import the trash2 icon from Lucide React library. Check it on browser. The two icons are not well aligned. We need a gap between the two. Add a style div that will add a gap between the two icons. Now at least they look great. Now try to delete a product. Perfect. The delete button is working perfectly. The product was removed, and you can see the toast to confirm is working. Now let's finish with adding the pagination on our product listing page. The controller uses paginate 10, which means if there are more than 10 products, they are split across pages. We need to render navigation buttons. Add this below the table. Products.last_page 1. We only show pagination when there is more than one page. If all products fit on one page, no buttons needed. Products.links is the array from Laravel's paginator. Each item has 3 fields: URL, the page URL, label, the display text, and active, whether this is the current page. The first and last items are the previous and next links. We check link.url. If it is not null, the link is active and we render an inertia link component. Clicking it navigates to that page without a full browser reload. If URL is null, the link is disabled. We are already on the first or last page, so we render a plain span that cannot be clicked. To test pagination, add more than 10 products. The navigation buttons will appear, and clicking them loads the next set. Here is an issue with how we imported the link. We imported the icon instead of the link library from React itself. Here you can see it. We need to remove it and import the correct one. Perfect. Now this should resolve our error. No any error remain on our console window means we're safe. Now you can see the navigation links, and user can go to the next or go back to the previous pages easily. Let's do a final test. Open producthub.test/products in your browser with Herd running and npm run dev active in your terminal. Click Add Product. Fill in a name, price, and stock. Click Create. The toast appears, the dialog closes, the product is in the table. Click the pencil icon on the product. The Edit dialog opens with the current values pre-filled. Change the price and click Save. The toast confirms the update. Click the trash icon. The confirmation dialog asks if you're sure. Click OK. The product disappears and the toast confirms deletion. Try submitting the create form without a name. The validation error appears in red under the name field. The form does not close until the data is valid. Congratulations! You have a fully working products CRUD application built with Laravel 13 and React 19. In this series, you learned the complete foundation: migrations and models, controllers and routes, React components and TypeScript types, the use form hook, form validation with error display, toast notifications, and pagination. Every Laravel and React project is built on exactly these patterns. The next series in this channel goes deeper. We build a full point-of-sale system with categories, a shopping cart, checkout, receipts, and a dashboard. Check the channel for that series. Thank you for watching. If this helped you, leave a comment or share it with someone learning web development.